In 1776, 5 men helped build the most ambitious democratic experiment in human history. They wrote the Constitution, they designed the institutions, they argued about everything, and still managed to agree on the parts that mattered. We've brought them back. We need them to look at what happened, starting with 5 things every American deals with right now in 2026. Their reactions will be shown without comment. The comments will make themselves. The United States is the only wealthy country on Earth with no legally required paid vacation days. The current average is 10 days per year. 1 in 4 American workers gets 0. For context, in the 1970s, the average American worker had 3 to 4 weeks guaranteed. Unions negotiated it, employers honored it. It was standard. France currently mandates 5 weeks, Germany 6, the United Kingdom 5.6, the United States 0. Legally required 0. Jefferson wrote the pursuit of happiness into the founding document of this nation. He is currently looking at this calendar. He has not blinked in 45 seconds. In 1990, a gallon of gas cost $1.20. Today, the national average regularly exceeds $4. In some states, it exceeds $5. The average American household spends approximately $5,000 per year on gasoline. Gas prices are controlled by global oil markets, multinational corporations, and international conflicts that most drivers have no direct involvement in. When prices spike, and they spike often, there is very little any individual can do about it. They just pay. The American Revolution was started in part because the British taxed tea without the consent of the colonists. The tax was 3 cents per pound. Hamilton has done the math. He is not okay. Medical debt is the leading cause of personal bankruptcy in the United States. A 3-day hospital stay averages $30,000. A broken arm, set and casted, can cost $47,000. The United States spends more per person on health care than any other nation on Earth. It ranks 37th in overall health outcomes. In 1965, the government created Medicare and Medicaid specifically to prevent catastrophic medical costs for ordinary Americans. It worked for a while. Then the healthcare system shifted from nonprofit to for-profit. Hospital bills increased 226% between 1990 and 2009 alone. Washington just read the bill. He set it down, he stood up, he is putting on his hat. There are currently 4.9 billion social media users worldwide. The average American spends 7 hours per day looking at screens. Content that provokes outrage spreads 6 times faster than content that is accurate. In the 1980s, 3 television networks controlled the majority of what Americans saw and believed. Walter Cronkite could shift public opinion with a single broadcast. Today, anyone can reach millions of people instantly, with no editorial review, no verification, no consequences. Benjamin Franklin ran a printing press for 40 years. He is standing 2 inches from the screen right now. He has been there for 3 minutes. He looks like a man who has just discovered both fire and the fact that it burns everything equally. Jefferson has not moved. He is staring at the outrage to accuracy ratio. He wrote about the importance of an informed citizenry. He did not account for this. Total student loan debt in the United States right now is $1.77 trillion. The average borrower owes $37,000. In 1970, a full year at a public university cost $600. Adjusted for inflation, that is $4,900 today. Current average tuition at a public university, $38,000 per year. That is an increase of over 700% above inflation. Many graduates take on this debt for degrees that do not guarantee employment at wages sufficient to repay it. Interest accrues from the moment they borrow. Some borrowers spend 20 years repaying loans they took out in 4. Jefferson founded the University of Virginia specifically to make higher education accessible to citizens of modest means.
He is looking at that number. Hamilton designed the entire U.S. financial system. He is also looking at that number. Neither of them has spoken in 30 seconds. That has never happened before. Washington came back. He does this. He walked out after the health care bill, same as last time and the time before that. But he always comes back. He looks at the screen. He looks at the others. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't need to. Here is what the Founding Fathers actually knew and what the 1990s data confirms. None of this is new. Workers had more vacation 30 years ago. Gas was cheaper 30 years ago. Healthcare was more affordable 30 years ago. The information environment was more controlled, for better and worse, 30 years ago. And public universities cost a fraction of what they do today. These are not ancient problems. They accelerated. And the men sitting in this room who built the mechanisms of self-government specifically so things like this could be fixed are looking at a country that has the tools and has not used them. Washington picks up his hat. Franklin closes his notebook. Jefferson straightens his jacket. Hamilton picks up his pen. Adams lifts his head off the table. They built a republic. The instruction manual is 248 years old and still in print. The question has never been whether it can be fixed. It has always been whether you want to.